We have a guest in the studio.
Oh, yes, we do.
Mr. Jordan Knight is
Hey, I'm here.
What's up, Jordan?
What's up?
Hey, Jords.
George.
You keep calling him George.
I've never been called George.
We have a thing.
You're just making it up.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
All right, because we can never remove Jordan.
Jordan Knight, welcome back to Mix 1041.
Thanks for having me.
You're always welcome. You know that. Love having you here, and we appreciate you coming in. A lot of big things, New Kids on the Block stuff. They got a new album coming out.
Yeah.
That comes out on
This
Tuesday.
Yep.
It's called 10. We're going to get into that. Also, a new tour coming up this year, which
The
is...
package tour with Boys to Men and 98 Degrees.
my
That's a
God.
show, dude. That's a big show.
Huge.
And also, they've got the big CD release party sold out tomorrow night at the Orpheum.
Orpheum, yes.
It's going to be fantastic. We're going to get into all that stuff, plus a bunch of other things we're going to chat about. But I thought we'd start things off this afternoon by playing the first single
Oh, I love it.
from the new album. I got the new album. I got an advanced copy right here. You see this?
Oh,
Get
yeah.
that, Daniel.
Look at this.
Hey.
Dude, I heard it. We played last Saturday night. I heard it driving home, and I was like, "This is great. What is this?" And then the jock said it was you guys. I was
That's
like, "Really
the new
cool."
Kids on the Block.
Song is called Remix. Tell us a little about it.
Remix. It's up-tempo, kind of rock soul type of vibe. It's
love
kind of the... Thanks.
It's got a thumping beat and just it gets you.
Yeah, it's got a thumping beat. It's kind of like the storyline is kind of like about a girl that was young and she was kind of nerdy and she was kind of like the outcast, and then she grew up
Sue Brady.
and now she's like,
Flourishing?
that's right, she's flourished. And
He was
she's all
staring right
grown up
at
and
you.
Sexy.
I'm blushing.
As he told that story, he looked right at you.
she's
Look at you.
purple.
You're a swan, a beautiful swan.
yes.
All right,
A
let's
swan, yeah.
let's play the tune Remix, new from New Kids on the Block, and we got a whole bunch of stuff to chat about with Jordan Knight on Mix 1041. Crank this one up right now on Mix. Yeah, New Kids on the Block.
It makes you
love
wanna
that.
dance.
It does.
It really does.
And you saw Sue Brady
Everybody
dancing over there, dude.
Everyone in here was dancing,
Yeah.
banging on this desk.
Exactly.
Her
It's called.
faces. Oh,
I love it.
You got the dancing faces, Susan. Remix, New Kids on the Block. New album is called 10, and it's the 10th American release, which is why you named it that.
It's
Yeah.
the 10th release, including two greatest hits. Albums.
wow.
My
Yeah.
gosh.
So now, what can people expect? The album's out on Tuesday. What can people expect from the New Kids on the Block album?
Ooh, more songs like that. There's the last album we did. There was like a lot of special guests. There's no special guests on this
It's
one.
just you guys.
Just the New Kids on the Block. On a lot of the songs, we kind of like we just take it home. We do a lot of ballads on this one. We didn't do a lot of ballads on the last one. We do a lot of really really heartfelt ballads on this one. There's a lot of like Donnie and Joe on that remix song. They're just
Killing it.
They're killing it. They're
Yeah.
singing
Totally.
like crazy. And
Yeah.
the good thing about this, the great thing about this album is that we really took our time with the vocals. That the producer we worked with was like really, really strict on us with the vocals. So you're gonna hear some great vocals and some really great songs.
It really did. How do you guys decide? Like, do you ever fight over who gets what verses or lyrics?
Well,
or
certain
lines?
melodies and certain melodies and certain songs and stuff kind of they dictate who's going to sing it out of the group. We're all kind of different, so
Right.
You go
if
to
it's
your
like
strengths.
we go to our strengths. If it's a different type of song with like falsetto stuff in it, like
Sure.
I'll do it.
It's all you.
If it's a song like this,
Yeah.
Donnie and Joe will do it,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing. We don't have to fight, because we
That's
don't
a
have
good
the
thing.
same voices.
Exactly.
Right.
You're not fighting over the same part because you can't. Some of you can't do that stuff
Right.
that others can't.
Exactly.
So again, the album is in stores on Tuesday. The big party tomorrow. I want to chat about that in a second. We'll get to the Orpheum thing, but I want to talk about go back not this past summer, the summer before, and the Fenway show.
Oh.
And doing that, probably one of the most important shows for the New Kids. Would you say ever?
Well, it was a big show. We, maybe second to the Apollo when we did that in like '88.
Yeah.
The Apollo and Fenway were our biggest shows.
Well, it's personal.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
very, very personal. All of our family was there, all of our friends, all the people from our old neighborhoods.
I can imagine the ticket requests.
Oh no, yeah.
Hey, Jordan, what's
Yeah.
up? Welcome home. I
We
need
didn't
tickets.
make any money at Fenway. Everybody was
Now,
there for free.
Were you
all right.
nervous getting on stage because you know all the family's going to be there, and it's Fenway Park, which is huge
Well,
too. So do you get
I
the
think
butterflies?
It was very exciting. It wasn't really nerve-wracking. It was just
Awesome.
we were just all keyed up and excited, ready to perform for,
And you know
for our
us.
hometown. That's
You
right.
know these
You're
people.
home.
Exactly. And then it rained, and that was interesting. But we made the best of it because
Yeah.
we turned the stage into a slippy slide.
Yeah, you know what the funny thing about that is that it did start raining, but nobody left.
Nobody
it
left.
was
No.
it was pouring
could
down.
you?
I went to the show, I saw the show, and I was in a suite, so I was dry, and I'm like, but not a person left that. And at one point, Jordan takes off his shirt, and he's got the shirt off and dancing around on stage, and
Why
the ladies
wouldn't you?
love that.
Speaking of that, you can buy the DVD, the Fenway DVD.
You're right.
Actually, no, I'm very serious. That we packaged the album with the Fenway DVD.
I was reading about it, yeah.
Yeah, so you could get that online, only online at www.nkotb.com.
And Sue Brady was wondering if you're going to take your shirt off today whill you're in the studio.
We already did. Jordan and I have been through this.
I was on the top of the desk. It's a remix.
That is awesome. All right, now let's talk. Stay local here. We're going to stay local. I was reading an article about you, and you mentioned that Milton, the town of Milton, was like the promised land, which is kind of a cool.
Yeah.
There's a cool quote that I think it was in the Globe, right?
Yeah.
And maybe you want to explain that to people who maybe didn't see the art. I loved it when I read it.
Okay. Well, I grew up in Dorchester, and you know, when you're growing up, you have dreams, and you know, one of my dreams was to move to Milton.
Fancy, dude.
Yeah, because we would drive through Milton or whatever, and it would just look so beautiful and
I gotta
so
get there.
different than you know.
So close yet so far.
Exactly, so close yet so far. And then I called the Neponset River the Jordan River. Like you cross that and you
River
go
of Jordan.
and you go into the promised land.
True.
So yeah, so you know that's where I live now, and you know I love Milton. It's like an oasis right outside
Yeah,
the
it's
city.
beautiful.
I'm right in the chocolate factory, Baker Chocolate Factory. That's
There
where I
you
lived
go.
a long
Yeah, that's
time.
right.
Love
that's
that
right.
area.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get to more. Before we break, I did want to bring this up too because local kid here, you grew up here, you've been here a long time. Mayor Menino not going to be the mayor after a couple of years.
Weird.
He's not
it is weird.
seeking re-election for a sixth term. I want to get your take on that. How do you feel? You know the mayor, friendly with him?
I've met him a few times, and he's definitely very personable, great guy, and it is really weird. I mean,
Our
he's
whole
been the
adult
ma-
life,
He's
yeah.
been the mayor for so long.
Forever,
You know,
yeah.
it's like who's gonna come in? They're gonna
And
mess it
fill
up.
those shoes. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
feel
know what I
that
mean.
same way.
Everybody seems kind of a little nervous, like you know,
Yeah.
Menino's like our father.
He's been
Kind of-
guiding us pretty well for a long
Exactly.
time.
And
He's
he
been a
loves
great mayor.
this city more than any mayor. I mean,
And the great thing about him is you may not agree with everything, all his stances, but you know he's done one hell of a job for the 20 years he's been doing it.
He
So,
has,
you know,
no.
he's going to be missed. All right, we're going to come back with more. We got a bunch of stuff to chat about. We're going to talk about the tour that's coming up.
Yep.
Plus, I want to ask you a couple of questions about Justin Bieber. We'll get into that in a little
Okay.
bit here.
Yeah.
And the whole thing tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, exactly. The whole CD release party is happening tomorrow night at the Orpheum. Jordan Knight's in studio, going to be here for a little bit on
Very
Mix
cool.
1041. We appreciate it.
So
Mix 1041, Boston's best variety. It's Greg, it's Fred, it's Sue. We are here, and so is Jordan Knight from New Kids on the Block.
Yo.
Hey, you know what's great? That song's playing, and as people are singing in the song, the band, he's like, okay, there's Joey, there's me, there's my brother. That's kind of cool hearing it that way.
Yeah, no, it's that was a good song. We kind of borrowed from the Temptations, where we did all the "we can have lots of fun," the low note, and then there's so much, and the high notes, and all that kind of stuff.
Let me ask you, this time around touring and doing it, because you had the hiatus there for 10 years, is it more fun now than it was back then? Because back then it was all new and uncharted waters.
It was really exciting then. I mean, you know, because we went from, you know, kids practicing in my basement to, you know, winning American Music Awards and stuff like that, and like selling all these albums. But now it's like it's a lot more.
You appreciate it more, you think?
We appreciate it more. We don't take it for granted. We kind of pace ourselves and we soak it all in now. But before it was like it was a whirlwind.
And it was all brand new. Now
It's
you
all
kind of
brand
know
new,
what you're
crazy.
doing. Man.
Yeah, now the beautiful thing is we get to do it a second time, and we get to learn from everything from the past and change that and do it all the better now.
So let's jump forward a few years. And I was thinking about the Rolling Stones today. I'm like, these guys, they just celebrated their 50th anniversary. You know, they did a big tour. Not a big tour, but they did a couple of nights in New Jersey to celebrate the whole thing. Can you see, how long are you guys going to do this? New Kids on the Block.
As long as the fans still come to the shows.
They will.
60 years old on stage shaking it?
Well, I don't know.
I would go to see that.
please, please.
You know, it actually, you know, it's all relative, really, because if you asked me if I was going to do this at 42, I'm 42 now.
Yeah.
If you asked me back then, I would say, no way would I do it at 42. That's too old.
Right.
So now you're saying 60. It's like, is it too old?
That's
I don't know.
young.
You look at Mick Jagger; he's still doing it and
Jagger's
doing
killing it
fantastic.
on stage.
All right, let's get to the meat of the order here. Okay, this is some big stuff happening for you guys. Very excited about it. Your 10th American release album, Call 10,
10, yeah.
coming out. The CD release party is
Tomorrow night
at the
at
Orpheum.
the Orpheum.
What's
yeah.
going on there?
Well, we start at 7 o'clock, and we're just we're gonna play some of the songs, over the speakers. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna have a screen behind us with some pictures of us making the album and stuff like that. But we're just gonna talk to the crowd, do a Q&A, and then we're gonna sing a few tunes with our band, and just kind of introduce the fans to the new album, and kind of narrate also and tell them kind of the backstory of
Very
the album
intimate.
and stuff like that. Yeah, it's going to be a nice intimate night, with our fans.
Awesome,
And,
sold out, absolutely sold out. And the album drops on April 2nd, which is Tuesday. And then you got the big tour coming up with 98 Degrees and Boyz II Men. Fred and I ran into Sean Stockman when we were out at the Grammys.
Oh, yeah.
He was so excited
yeah.
about being on this tour.
Yeah, no, it is exciting. It really is. I mean, just to have them on the tour and for them to come. I mean, Boyz II Men, they're so talented.
Really?
So great.
They're so great. They're so talented, and the songs that they have are so monstrous. They're so big and
And
awesome.
they take you places. Those
They
songs,
take you
you're
places.
right back
When you
where you
hear
were.
it,
Yes,
you just
they
go
do.
back to when it
Absolutely.
first came out, and you're like, oh my goodness, it
I
sounds so
remember.
good. Yeah, and when they sing it, man, do they ever sing it? And
Yeah, that's a
they'll
great
be-
lineup you guys have.
yeah.
And
98 Degrees, they've been apart, and now they've reunited after 10 years, so that'll be fun for everybody to see as well.
And that kicks off May 28th, Mohegan Sun. Is that correct? Or
Yeah, Mohegan Sun, we're kicking it off for 3 nights at Mohegan Sun.
Nice.
And then, of course, you had the Garden on June 2nd and 3rd, and you've got the big cruise coming up on May 18th. You guys are busy boys, huh?
Oh, man, yeah.
It's all good,
grind,
though.
but
It's
it's
all
a
good.
lot of fun.
Hey, when the sun shines.
All right, Jordan Knight, before we let you go here, we had a question. We had people on Facebook just throw questions our way, and this is from Megan Peterson. She says, first off, do you ever get a New Kid on the Block song stuck in your head or songs stuck in your head?
Actually, Step by Step's going through my head
Right now, huh?
because we just heard it. But usually when we're working on material, that's when they usually go through my head all the time when we're working on it. And because we want to make changes, we want to tweak something or change the lyrics. So definitely have New Kids on the Block songs going through my head, especially when we're making the songs.
Sure.
Awesome. Well, we want to thank you for your time. You're welcome here anytime. You know that at Mix 104.1.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
And
Thanks for having me.
We love having you come in and just kind of hang for the hour. It's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
We appreciate
Good
it.
to see
Jordan
you,
Knight's
man.
here.
Thanks, guys.
The new album, again, is called 10. In stores April 2nd. Downloaded April 2nd. Enjoy
And the
that.
single.
The new single, Remix. You can check that out
Love
right
that.
now. And thank you. Like I said, Jordan, anytime
Thank
you want to
you.
pop in, you come pop in here at Mix.
Thank you, man. Thanks.
The
for